The Adventures of Grin, Richard, and Wu-Wei. Circumstance. She is a goddess in her own right for all she casts upon us. Witness the trials of our three heroes and know of what I speak. Have knowledge first of young Wu-Wei, sheltered monk of the elven race. Thrown to the winds that he might find a path. Instead, he found a briar, but with good friends to share the pricking of his fortune. Joined with him were Grin and Richard, young and true, and in that order. They came with dreams and hopes for fortune, their homes long lost behind them, their bridges burning literal. In time, they'd address what cast them out, but food and aching feet would first need their attention. Wayward went they all, breaking trail where dungeons hide. Tales had told of treasure here and treasure there, and they forgot that tales tell tales most of all. Lost they got, and plenty of it. Then one morning they cracked the dawn, and adventure didn't hide. They needed no scouting skill, no premonition. It landed in their lap, or rather, their camp. A tower, stretching high above as though yawning with them as they woke, somehow seeming just as surprised that its doorstep was there as they were to be on it. It was most peculiar, and a cheer went up, for that was what they wanted. Of course it wasn't right. It was adventure, and adventure, most of all, takes you where you shouldn't be. Up they clambered, clamoring, sure of what must be done. They'd search it well from top to tine, ready to let each corner yield its treasure. Wayward buildings scream of wizards and careless alchemy. There had to be something within, some fortune to walk away with. Walk away it did. Grin and Wu were first to sprint the stairs, while Richard lagged behind. The air was wrong for headlong joy, and the walls were unwisely damp, and he thought to himself that something just wasn't right with this instant tower. The topmost rooms would reveal why, seating no treasure, no gems, and no captured maidens. Instead, there was a mouth, and not just any mouth, but the very worst kind of mouth, it being one that they were already in. Understanding dripped down their spines. The tower was not a tower. What it was hungry. Mimic. A bloody great mimic. Our heroes lived, of course, for I'd not wish to profit in their story had they met a tragic end. Although, truth be told, if they had skin on their teeth before their escape, they have surely lost it now, but gained a bit of trepidation and wisdom in its place. Remember well what has been told and learn from their misfortune. Look for something long enough, and you will find it. Look for something without understanding, and it will find you. Lily glances nervously at the stone walls and is tempted to touch one, but resists the urge, knowing the Blacklake bard is watching. Instead, she laughs out loud about what a ridiculous children's tale it is. How everybody knows that mimics aren't much larger than, say, a trunk you might go traveling with. And that they can only disguise their appearance, not change the hardness or texture of their skin. Little Red liked the story nonetheless,
Fair enough.
Especially the young character Grin. Lily's face sours at hearing about her and anybody named Grin. She doesn't dare mention her nightmare about little people and their little lips, smothering her sweet soprano. Over by the desk in the center of the library, the ladies take an account of their injuries and pains. Sharwyn has only some minor puncture wounds from the mechanical spike trap set off when they first entered the estate. Lily insists she takes a healing elixir, worried about what Bones' nose smell beyond the door ahead. While Sharwyn ponders which bottle to take, Lily slumps back in the large, stately chair, trying to collect her thoughts and to forget about monstrous mimics and romantic runts, wondering what in the realms is taking Little Red so long to decide. Blacklake burglars are finally ready to move on into whatever Bones' nose may know. Sharwyn says the only thing she can smell is muffins. In fact, it reminds her of the small, round loaves of bread that they bake at the Shining Serpent Inn here in Neverwinter. When she mentions how its delightful aroma fills the guest house every morning, Lily's further convinced that Little Red is lying about coming from Blacklake. The Shining Serpent Inn is in Beggar's Nest. Regardless, Lily knows one thing. Her familiar would never claim the company needs to be wary of a baker's dozen. Holy cow. Alright, here's a cougar inside.
Alright, crew. Let's take them down.
Alright, negative energy. Yeah, look at that, she's not resorting to melee. Holy cow, there's two of them. Alright. Probably gonna regret this, but want to sleep? Alright, it worked for one of them. You know what? Melfs. Oh, forget it. Alright, Rod of Frost. It's a kitchen with a cook, which explains the muffins, but it doesn't explain the cougars. Oh, and the cook is a halfling. Needless to say, the last thing Lily wanted to see right now.
Good day.
Alright, of course, this is the cook. Callers for the master don't arrive like this. Your finery's betrayed. Are you bandit? Alright, actually, I think she's gonna tell him to relax. It's not gonna hurt him, but actually, I don't think she's gonna let him live, having witnessed her here at the estate. Save your words. You'll get nothing from me. If you're looking for Master Hodge, he's already gone. You'd think the bugger knew someone was coming. He's taken his master keys with him. I couldn't help you if I wanted, which I don't. I don't get involved in the affairs of Master Hodge. I don't need the grief. If you share a relationship with him, I don't know which of you is worse off. Now get! My muffins are burning. And his life in jeopardy. Lily turns around, and without a look, a word, or even a sign, Bones knows exactly what his mistress wants. And he obeys without hesitation. And for that, Lily slowly, almost mindlessly strokes his head, cold and emotionless, as she watches the muffins burn. As dangerous as a cougar is, they were lucky it wasn't some other beast one might find here in the northern Sword Coast, called by some, appropriately enough, the savage frontier.
Done and done.
Like a crag cat, the fabled hunter of men. A many-fanged, sure-footed predator of the north, growing to as long as 9 feet. It can be found anywhere except in the deep forests, but prefers the rocky ledges and cliffs of the high country near the mountains. Alright, here's a guard in the corner. Likely not alone. Oh, and I think I just saw bones. There's at least 3 of them. Alright. Alright.
All right, crew. Let's take them down.
Whoa. Wasn't supposed to leave the room. I don't know. What on earth is he doing? Almost looks like Bones is attacking Sharwyn.
All right, crew. Let's take them down.
Alright, negative energy. Alright, now he's on the right page. I don't know what that was about. There's the other one. Rod of Frost. Oh boy. Alright, I think she's gonna take a chance. Want to sleep. Alright, negative energy. The cry of the crag cat sounds like a sudden human scream of terror. In fact, that's what its victims sound like too, as it prefers human flesh over all other prey, hence the nickname Hunter of Men. Crag cats can't be detected or traced by magical means, though many folks say they can simply feel when one is nearby or watching. Crag cats even have a natural spell turning ability that always turns enchantment or charm spells, and this holds true even if the beast is unconscious. The Hunter of Men is intelligent too.
Fair enough.
It knows its territory well, and usually stalks its prey, preferring to trap it.
Done and done.
Often attacking when its prey is asleep, exhausted, or otherwise weakened. One favorite tactic is to pounce from above, even as high as 120 feet. And there's other creatures too. There's a rare monster of the snow and ice known as a glacier snake, a fearless predator of the glaciers that comes down into the lowlands only in the severest of winter months. They're brown-furred monsters that grow up to 10 feet long and sport fearsome ripping teeth around their mouths. They have no venom, but their tails end in a stabbing bone stinger that can be used in combat. Pelt of the glacier snake is so thick, soft, and fine-haired that it's considered quite a valuable commodity to garment makers. The beast devours and ingests endlessly. There is no such thing as a satiated glacier snake. If unchecked, these creatures would devour every member of an adventuring band or encountered nomadic tribe without stopping. I guess the point is, the North has worse things than wolves. Lily had better hope that she never has to journey through the untamed lands outside the walls of a city like Neverwinter, the truly savage frontier. But what exactly is the North? When the average person thinks of the North, they think of a rugged land of jagged, snow-capped peaks, endless alpine forests, lawlessness, and monsters, with rich mines scattered over a lot of untamed wilderness. But there's more to the North than just that.